Yo, peace is Gift to Gab from Blackalicious. And I am chilling on Jigga Juice with Thomas Goshen, man.
Peace, it's Mighty Chief Xcel from Blackalicious. Right now, we're checking out the Jigga Juice show with Thomas Goshen, man.
Blackalicious, thanks for coming to the show.
Yo, thanks for having us, man.
Thank you for having us.
And let me start. Let me start off by saying it's good seeing you back together. I really missed you, as a fan.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's been a minute, definitely, man. We got out and did some side projects, but 2012 we got back together, and it was time to go back to the mothership.
So before we talk about your recent work, let's go back. How did you guys meet?
Oh, we met in high school, man. We met back in like '87, '88. We went to the same high school in Sacramento, California, John F. Kennedy High, and we had an economics class together, and that's where we met.
We started talking about hip hop. Eventually found that, we had a lot of common interests, so that kind of sparked.
And Gift of Gab, how long have you been rapping?
Oh man, I've been rapping since like '82, man. '82, a long time, man. Three decades at this point.
And Chief Xcel, how long have you been producing?
I've been producing since 1987.
And who influenced you?
Early on in my career, it was people like Large Professor, the Bomb Squad, DJ Pooh, Dr. Dre, Ant Banks, Prince Paul, KRS-One, were all people early on. Marley Marl, people that influenced.
I'm a fan. We're both fans of music, man. So, everybody from Run DMC to Eric B. and Rakim to Big Daddy Kane, to the new people like Kendrick Lamar and Drake, just influenced by good music, man.
What is the story behind Quantum Project?
Well, Quantum is like 5 of us. Well, it's more than 5 of us, but it started out as 5 of us. Lyrics Born, Latif, Chief Xcel, myself, and DJ Shadow, and then later on the Lifesavers became a part of it, and people like Pigeon John and Apsai and just became a big crew and Quantum is our label. It started as a crew, and we were just 5 individuals who kind of had the same vision in terms of the type of hip hop we liked and the type of hip hop we wanted to put out, and we just came together and decided to put our own music out. This was the early '90s.
Out at the University of California in Davis, Lyrics Born and I had a radio show at KDVS, and KDVS was campus radio station. Around that time, Jeff Chang actually had a radio show before us, and he brought us in the door, and that's where we met Shadow. So all of us kind of revolved around radio station, and from there, we decided to, join forces and start a label. And
were you influenced by the other dominant force in the Bay Area, the hieroglyphics movement?
Oh, definitely. During that time, it was hieroglyphics. E40 was doing his thing in Vallejo. The Hobo Junction, Saphir and the Hobo Junction were doing their thing out of West Oakland. The Bay Area has always been just really, really fertile in terms of creativity and specifically in terms of hip-hop. You had Cuba and Mixmaster Mike and the Shortcut and all those guys doing their thing and Invisible Scratch Pickles. So, we were influenced by all of that.
Everybody that was doing it independently, everybody in the Bay Area is a big influence on us.
I interviewed Sort of Mischief last year, and they said, of course, they're big fans of your work. I know you worked together on the Extravaganza track, but other plans of further collaboration?
Hopefully, yeah. Also, that's our fan. We're all down and have been down for a long, long time. So, yeah, hopefully.
Worked with a lot of people, done a lot. And, I myself, I've done a lot. I do a lot of collaborations.
Yeah, definitely. You had like the Mighty Underdog Project.
Yeah, definitely. We're actually talking about doing another one of those.
Oh, wow, that would be great.
Definitely.
And can you take the listeners through the Blackalicious albums?
Well, our very first record was Melodica. That came out first in Europe pretty much everywhere in the world except the U.S. on Moax.
Melodica was just, we was young. We were young. We'd never made a record. We were fans of music, and we were fans of classic albums and classic EPs, and we just wanted to make our first record. Nia was our first album, our first full-length album. So, we had made a little bit of noise with A to G, so we went in and did Nia, which made a little more noise. And Blazing Arrow was a great moment for us because we were on a bigger label. We had a big machine behind us. We were able to hear ourselves on the radio and able to see ourselves on BET and MTV. And Blazing Arrow was great. The Craft came after that. By the time the Craft came out, we had built a huge fan base worldwide, and we went independent again. But we went independent with the same big fan base. So the Craft was a big success for us. And now there's Imani, which is our sixth body of work, our third album, our fourth album, but our sixth body of work. And Imani speaks for itself. You can listen to it.
Yeah, and I'm sure you get this question. You get asked this in every interview, but I have to ask, what took you guys so long?
Well, we were both we're both real creative people. We're both very prolific. And it came a point where we just, for a second, we wanted to do other things. Blackalicious never stopped, mind you. I did a couple of solo records and also did a record with Latif, the Mighty Underdogs. Chief Xcel did a record with Hervé Salters, and also he's been producing for Lettucey, who is an amazing soul singer. And, we just, wanted to explore different things for a minute. And then when 2012 came, it was just time to come back to the mothership. And
how do you approach a Blackalicious project as opposed to other projects that you do?
Well, Blackalicious projects are just very, very special. And it's the unique chemistry of just Gab and myself. That chemistry can't be replicated, because it's something that only happens when he and I get in the studio. It's always its own thing. It's always its own sound.
When Blackalicious make a record, X will give me a clip. A clip is maybe anywhere from 10 to 30 songs. And he'll tell me to just go to the ones that I gravitate to the most. So, I kind of give him his space, and let him do the music. And then he gives me the music, and then he'll give me a little space and let me write to the tracks. And then we'll come together and we'll put our heads together at that point.
And does going back to Blackalicious feel like going back home with all the projects that you do?
Oh, always. Because we've been working together for so long. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Me and Xcel have a chemistry, and Blackalicious was definitely like, I definitely equate it to traveling and then coming back to your hometown.
So the new album is out now, Imani Volume 1, and I've listened to it quite a few times by now, and I really feel like that album has everything I missed about Blackalicious so much. Did you feel that as you were making it, that this is what the fans want?
For us, man, when we go in, we just go in and we just do what we do. We really try to block out external influences as much as possible. That's all we really know how to do is just what we do. Where it goes, like after that, and how it's received, you don't have any control over it. So when you're in the lab, we just focus on making the best records we can possibly make.
This is what we love to do. So it's we enjoy doing what we do. I'll put it that way. I definitely felt like when we were done, I definitely felt like there was nothing like it out right now. So, I'm glad to hear that, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that compliment.
You deserve it. I was waiting for it. I felt it was almost like a detox kind of thing. They would keep talking about it, but it never happens. So I was really glad to see.
Right on. Yeah, now it's here. It's here now.
Yeah, and Dre released the album too, so now we just got the Fugees and Outkast, and we're good.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
And I always like the combinations of songs that you have on your albums. That you have some songs that you demonstrate rap skills, and that the many introspective songs. Would you say that's a good description of the subject matter, or do you have a better one?
I think everyone has their own definition of it. I think that everybody's going to define it in their own way. I can't we can't put music out and tell you what it is. We can tell you what it is to us and what it means to us, but I think that each person is going to have their own definition of it.
So what does it mean to you?
It's who we are. It's what we do. It's our expression of we're a fan. We're fans and we're students of music, and this is our interpretation and our expressions of the music we love.
And what's your favorite song on the new album?
I look at it as one body of work, man. I don't have one favorite. It's like Imani wouldn't be Imani without Blackaclicious. It wouldn't be Imani without We Did It Again. It wouldn't be Imani without I Like the Way You Talk. A Twist of Time, or That Night. Or Imani, the title track. They're all integral parts of the whole.
And is there a plan for Imani Volume 2?
Yes. Imani Volume 2 will be out next year. Volume 3 will be out the year after that. Just look forward to a lot of music from Blackalicious and from our camp, too. Blackaclicious, the Lifesavers Movement, Latif, Lyrics Born, DJ Shadow, the whole camp,
Yeah, and this time, as for Blackalicious, it would take less than 10 years, so that's good.
Definitely.
During...
Now, we won't go 10 years again. That probably won't happen again.
That's good. That's good. During the time of your hiatus, did you feel how much you guys were missed? Did it enable you to see how important your role in hip-hop is?
I think it definitely let us recognize the lane that we made for ourselves. A break from recording, but we never took a break from touring, doing shows, and performing. So in doing that, what's cool about that is you really get to stay in touch with fans. So seeing like their response, and their excitement for new material was really encouraging.
Well, and we started doing shows heavily again in 2012. I kind of felt like it was going to be like starting over, but a lot of fans came up and told us that they grew up on us, and they started listening to us when they were in junior high, and I began to realize, we began to realize that there's a nostalgia factor to what we do, and we're just grateful, man. We're grateful that we've been doing this for so long, for over 20 years, and that people are still coming out, and that the group still means something to people,
And then you go and then you see the Tonight Show and you see Daniel Radcliffe performing your song Alphabetic Aerobics with the Roots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How did that feel to you when you saw it?
Crazy. That was great, man. That was we got a call from Questlove telling us to watch the Tonight Show, and it was crazy, man. 48 million views, and made a lot more people aware of who Blackalicious is.
And many of your fans are not just hip-hop heads. You're also embraced by many alternative music fans, dare I say hipsters. So what kind of crowds do you usually get when you perform?
I think for us, the thing that we think is cool about our fan base is the people that just genuinely love music. You know what I mean? And it's all ages now. 10-year-old fans up to 75, 80-year-old fans. I think that's cool. Our fan base, runs the spectrum. One common denominator is that, they all love music. So that's what we make music for people who love the music.
That's the thing. Our crowd is really vast. We've kind of created a unique lane. There are hardcore hip hop heads. There are people that like rock. There are people that just love music. Obviously, like you said, there are hipsters. It's a very eclectic group of people, that come to Blackalicious show. But, we're definitely grateful that we've created our own unique lane,
Definitely. And speaking of performing, any chance of ever seeing you perform here in Israel? If not now, then in better times?
Yeah, oh man, we would love it, man. If you know anybody that wants to bring us out there, you let us know and get us in touch with them, and we will be out there.
So,
guaranteed.
Promoters, if you're listening,
we would love to play in Israel. For any promoters in Israel that is listening, we've never been out there. We've been all over the world. We've been a lot of places, but we haven't been to Israel. We would love to come there.
Well, if you do, you're more than welcome to the studio to do a part 2 for this interview.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, Blackalicious, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Peace out.
All right, peace.